All right. Hey, Rekindled Soul. Thanks for the 14. Good morning, folks. We're just going to dive right in. I want to get through 2 Pioneer decks today, and then as well as a number of standard decks as well. We're kicking off with, actually have a bunch of Fires of Invention decks today. We're kicking off with 1 in Pioneer here. We also got 2 in standard later. This one is leveraging a Planeswalker sub-theme here. We've got Time Ravelers and Okos and Nicol, Bolas and Teferi. A spattering of different things here at the top end. One thing I'm not 100% convinced on is like whether or not like playing Oath of Teferi is better than just like playing more Planeswalkers. Like if we draw this without a Planeswalker out, it's going to be pretty lackluster. I'm also not sure that this Black Splash is worthwhile. It's probably more cute than good if I had to estimate a guess. I'm also not certain that Fae of Wishes is worth the number of sideboard slots it takes up. So those are questions I'm going to want to be thinking about as we play the deck today to get a feel for whether or not the decisions that have been made feel worthwhile. Yeah, tiny children are tiny plague carriers. They go forth and they congregate with the other plague carriers and they bring it back to you. Yeah, this is an all-format banner restricted update day today, I believe. As well as, obviously, every week is Pioneer, every Monday. So we'll see if Oko gets himself removed from any other classes today. Let's go ahead and keep this. Looking for fires here. Easy bottom. Poxbringers and Mythgard are just daycare kids. Oko unprinted, not banned. We're performing a recall. Please send your Okos to this address to get your refund. Yep. Sure. Yeah, you have a 2/2. Are they playing like a red devotion deck? I'm just going to go ahead and kill this. Yeah, probably red devotion. Let's go ahead and go find a toy. Morning Pithy. You know, I think I'm actually just going to grab Deploy the Gatewatch here. Because, like, next turn I get to go. Land, play Fae of Wishes. The following turn I can deploy. 24 months, Anner. Welcome back. Hope life is treating you all right. Was that a good draw, chat? What do we think of that one? To play these fires, get to cast this. Gain a life. I think I might actually just have this destroy this, just like have it be a kill your thing, gain 4. Yep, there's a Glory Banger. Get this one here. When top 7 cards are a library, put 2 Planeswalker cards from among them onto the battlefield. In before Walker Coco whiffs. Don't you put that on us. You put that on me. Listen, Jake the man. You gotta take your licks when you when you put that onto us like that. I guess Time Raveler. I'm going to cast this, kill Glorybringer, I think. This guy do 7 damage to a thing. Exile 2 cards. His +2 is really not very good with is not very good with fires, huh? Hey Jeff, have 0.0000001% of Bezos' fortune. Thanks for the 6 months, Fishers. It adds up slowly. Slow and steady. Alright, let's start with Narset. I think we Jace. Time Raveler. I think I'm bouncing Chain Whirler here just to buy myself some time, make their board a little smaller. Was really hoping to draw a land there. Just send this up for now. They Chain Whirler does kill these next turn, but I don't think that really matters. They're not doing a whole lot anyways. If I hit a land there, I could have played Nicol, Bolas, Dragon Pharaoh, whatever he's called. So I think that was worth the line that I took. This attacking doesn't do anything because I plus my Jace. That's pretty good. All right, let's down tick this and see where we get. I think I'd rather have the Teferi, right? The Burgle clips a Hoaglandia classic. It's real good. Well, I think this quantifies as doing it. Looks like our opponent agrees. All things considered. I think this is a Authority of the Councils matchup. Like turns off their Glorybringers, kinda. Time Raveler seems a little mediocre. Pretty minimal sideboarding with this deck. We have this lot of 1-0s for Fae of Wishes, not a ton of things to bring in a lot of places. Oops, Bat. Thanks for the half a year. You gotta have Dark Mode. Get this one. There you go. Burgle was the keyword. So you're looking for like fires or more interaction here. Temples seem super sweet in these fire decks just because they... Perfect. Just because we don't need... I think I'm in for her. We need a 6th land eventually, but Jace can hopefully help us find that. Because, like, we don't need the land untapped on 5. We just need to put it into play. Hey, Tori. Thanks for the half a year support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Good morning. Oops, Bat. Thanks for the sub, Gifty. Hope your Monday is going well for you. Right. Well, if that's what my opponent can do, feels like this game is probably pretty over. The opponent's really into Grizzly Bears. Jace here pluses up and gives all their attacking creatures -1 attack next turn. CK Lau, thanks for the 19 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Well, Not much of a match one, but we'll probably have some that end up being slogs in the set, so I'll take a quick one to start for sure. Looks a little bit more on the controlling side. That's true. Elspeth is not particularly good against Goblin Chain Whirler. Sure. No white sources. Let's plan to cast this verdict on 4, huh? In. I mean, we have Abrade, we have Fae of Wishes, we have Deafening Clarion, we have Supreme Verdict. Can you give me an example of what type of early interaction or cards you would like to see played and why you would think they're necessary to play, CK Lau? If they're playing blue-white control, it's probably a tough matchup for us. Especially considering all of the uncastable cards we have that we can't cast, like Nicol, Bolas and stuff that we can't cast while Fires is out. Alright. Dig through time finds dig through time. I mean, you think those decks kill you before you cast Supreme Verdict, CK? Is that the position we're trying to take? I'm just trying to understand where you're coming from. It's like I'm confused as to why, like, you think Supreme Verdict's not good in those places. This is it's a really good card to find game 1 in this matchup. Can't counter this. Emblem U. Emblem U, Emblem U, Emblem U. That's actually kind of a sweet one to have too. Alright, so do I cast Narset or do I cast Oath of Teferi? Yeah, just cast Narset. Yeah, 8 mana Fires is just really slow punch worthy. Oath of Teferi actually works really well with Narset Perner Veils because Oath of Teferi, when it comes into play, it blinks something. So once your Narset's at at 1, you can play Oath to reset her, basically. So you can draw more cards down the line. Really hoping for a land there, huh? Back again. Anna's back. Tell a friend. Alright, so definitely want a land here. The question is, what's my second card going to be? So easy Clifftop Retreat, less easy next card. I think it's probably just Architect of Thought. When I get this into play and put an emblem on them ASAP. Now the question will be, can they kill us before Chandra emblems kill them? Gaia Reach with Narset's a little bit scary. She could kill Teferi, but I'm pretty sure it's correct to just, like, emblem them. This makes us just discard a card while they get to draw and discard. So we'll slowly lose the contents of our hand here. Born and Drunk Owl. Yeah, if they don't have a Detention Sphere cast out right now, we should be in a pretty good spot. If we can get a second emblem on them, 2 emblems kills them very quickly. Single emblem gives them a lot of time to recover, though. Is this the cast out? These decks should play a lot of cast outs. I think it's one of the better removal spells they can play. Yeah, redirect roll would be stellar here. If we could use this emblem to kill their planeswalkers, we'd be in a much better spot for sure. Michael Marakuki, thank you for the 2 months. I appreciate the continued support. Welcome back. I think I'm going to start with Architect of Thought. See where we go from there. They know about this one. Well, it's definitely that one. this interface. They had interface. Oh, Bodo. Oh, Bodo never change. Sometimes you just need 10 options. Ain't that the truth? Got to get syncopated. Maybe I should have taken the 2 cards off this down tick just because of them making us discard things. Well, we're currently getting blue-white controlled, so probably about as bad as things could be going in Pioneer. It'll be interesting to see if 3-mana Teferi survives the day. Wow. Speaking of, shows up and eats my food right out of the fridge without asking. What a turd. Today is a regularly scheduled ban list update. So remember, Pioneer happens separately from everything else. So if there's an update to Pioneer, it'll happen later this evening. So, like, we have them under this emblem here, so I don't think we're purely in garbage time. Plus, like, if I draw our own 3-mana Teferi or, like, a Fae of Wishes, I can kill this cast out. And if we kill this cast out and get my Chandra back... This is also game 1, so, like, these decks don't have that many counterspells game 1. They've still got things like Blessed Alliance and Supreme Verdict in their deck against us. It's the first game. So, I know this game feels miserable right now, but, like, all of playing this matchup feels miserable. So, like, if you're going to concede the game from this position, you just should concede the whole match. Because if you're not willing to play from what this position is right now, you're basically not willing to play the matchup. Which is fine. Like, there could definitely be merit to saying, hey, this matchup sucks, this type of Magic sucks, it's like, my life's too short for this. But, like, from the perspective of playing to win, like, we are definitely still in this game. It feels bad, but we have not lost this game yet. We can definitely win still. And you get Blessed Alliance here, speaking of. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. So can't quite hour for cheap. Yeah, we're also dealing clock damage while we play. It's very accurate. Like, they're through 3 absorbs already. So, like, there's a chance there's only, like, 1 more counterspell in their deck. So, like, if we hit a Teferi, bounce this cast out, give them another emblem, could maybe be okay. Yeah, 5 mana Teferi Self-Tuck and Castle are their win conditions. Yeah, I mean, like, this is what Wizards of the Coast wanted, apparently. Like, they banned Field of the Dead. These are the types of decks that Field of the Dead kept in check. The archetype our current opponent is playing is one of the best decks in this format, and I was really enjoying Pioneer, but I will say this, if they leave this as one of the best decks in the format, that's going to change for me. Might just have to institute we just don't bother playing against it. That just takes forever and is super tedious. Like, even when you win these matchups, you walk away feeling like, why did I bother? At least I do most of the time. So Teferi puts a card into its opponent's deck, into the player's library, third from the top. So Teferi can target himself and put himself back into your deck, so you never deck. You don't even have to ult the Teferi if you have enough other things. You just sit there and put your own Teferi back into your deck over and over again, so you never run out of cards. Gosh, it's a real shame there's not another Chandra on our board, huh? Yeah, like I said, the format's still developing. There's definitely a very real chance that, like, the format we see at the moment is not the format, not what they want this format to be. We have, like, another month or so of weekly ban list updates, so I wouldn't be surprised to see more changes happen to the format between now and then. I think questions like that are kind of stupid and pointless, Gannon. Like, questions like that don't have a practical purpose. Like me spending a lot of effort answering that really complex question doesn't actually do anything. This might actually get us out of this. They need 2 counterspells now. Because I can currently cast this for 3. So they have to have a counter for this and a counter for this. Which they could have both, you know. Oh, that bodes well for our hero. That bodes well for our hero. Almost over the hill. Thanks for the 43 months, Juju. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Say resolves. Say it resolves. Okay. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Hey, thanks for the 7 months, Warlordy. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Remember when I said this game felt miserable, but we weren't just out of it? Remember when I said this game felt miserable, but we weren't just out of it, chat? Do you remember? Pepperidge Farm remembers! Pepperidge Farm remembers! Ooh, baby, baby! Ooh, baby, baby! Alright. Alrighty then. Alrighty then. Oh, I should bounce the Fae first. I don't care. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Yeah, nice blue-white control deck. Nice blue-white control deck. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. See? Remember when I said this feels terrible, but if you're going to concede this game, you should just concede the match? See? That was why. It felt awful the entire time, but we were still okay. Yeah, just blue-white things. So, verdict, the way this board's constructed, I don't really have enough good cards to bring in here, unfortunately. So, like, ideally, I want to cut these 7 cards. But I don't really have 7 cards to bring in here, huh? Like, I think I just have to leave some of these crappy cards in my deck. Like, I guess I could theoretically board in Possibility Storm to, like, be able to lock them with Time Raveler, potentially. I could board in Needle. Yeah, like, I have to decide what cards I want to leave in my sideboard to wish for. Like, I probably want Deploy an Hour. I could just board in the Deploy, too. I definitely want Hour to wish for. I probably don't mind Ego. Yeah, I could just leave the pair of Abrades in. That's probably what we do. Yeah, and also, like, if you, the clock numbers are kind of small. My opponent spent 11 and a half minutes playing that first game with us, and they lost. So, like, I'm up 5.5 minutes on clock, and they now have to win 2 games in the time they took to lose that first game, basically. So, good luck, Godspeed. Now, that being said, their deck almost certainly gets better post-board than ours does, just because our sideboard has a Wish package in it. So, they're definitely closer or more ahead post-board than we are. Is something to consider. That being said, our hand here is pretty good. Running copies of this idiot. One of the problems with this card is that this card is incredibly good against control, but control can also play it, which is a big issue. So, like, a good example is, like, Adanto Vanguard is a card that's, like, good against control, but it's not a card that control can play. So I'd much prefer their control hate cards, like, skew more in that direction than, like, in the direction of this card. Go. You can maybe make the argument that I'm supposed to jam this again there. I don't know. Having this to bounce something that a cast out goes on down the line is valuable, though. Part where they play 5 mana Teferi and tick up and still have veto. Because this is fair and reasonable. Oh, does it? Did I not update that? I thought I got them all. You're right, I missed that one. I'll make a note and fix that tonight. Thanks for the heads up. I believe this art... I believe this art was the Japanese art from the anime style booster packs, whatever. Yeah, the Japanese altar. We're actually pretty close to casting this off of beacons, huh? Yeah, do I just get Beacon and then, like, get the other... I think I'm just gonna take Beacon, other Dragon God. They didn't put the Aether Gust in their hand. They took the cantrip. Beacon has to explicitly add 2 different colors of mana. So you can't add black off of Beacon. You know, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if that line of text was there because of Moto. Because could you imagine how many options this card would have to have on it if you could do two of the same color? Just have infinite choices. I'm gonna jam Big Mama here. Just like run into their Syncopate. Just work our way through it here. Maybe I'm supposed to play Time Raveler there, so that way they can't Syncopate and make a thing. Monastery Mentor. Okay. So this is a card that's good to know about. Those last few cards I was struggling to figure out what I want in my sideboard. They should probably be I should probably just leave my Supreme Verdicts in, huh? My opponent can't play cards that wins the game. It's cheating. All right, and this is actually a sweet drop because it means I can go get Supreme Verdict, and this way, even if they take Detention Sphere off the table, I can still cast it. So if they cast 2 spells or 3 spells this turn, we'd take 5, 13, 14. So they need to cast a lot of spells to kill us here. And these beacons are ready to punch the clock and go to work as well. You put a card on bottom, that's good for us. It's a lot of ups. They cast 4 spells, we'd take 16, 17. So you need to cast 6 spells to kill us here. And next turn, I get to go Supreme Verdict, play Nicol, Bolas, kill Teferi. Are they going to cast 6 spells here? I guess they could theoretically cast 6 spells, huh? Does Mythgard have villains as bad as Blue-Eye Control? There's control decks in their game, but they tend to play more creatures the decks like Blue-Eye Control do, which is a big deal. Yeah, gosh, are we about to die? I think I'm putting this on the bottom. So this is 7, 12. I believe we're taking 19 here. Triple beacon. Pulling us through here. Alright, and I think I just passed here, right? No reason not to. So obviously whatever we cast is getting countered. The question is, which do we want to resolve more? I think I lead on this. They have 3 cards in their hand. So blue, black, black, red, black, black, and another color. And here I thought we couldn't actually cast these planeswalkers. Little did I know. Steady as she goes. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Can't cast this off. Interplanar Beacon. Do 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 do. Yeah, it came with the free healing salve. You know, good beats. And again, like, even if I think we're dead this game, we're just playing to deal clock damage. So, like, they've only got 7 minutes on their clock. They don't have a win condition in play. Can we still type into the opponent's clock? Of course. What do you think this is? Why? Why wouldn't I be able to type into my opponent's clock? Yeah, they need to kill us twice in 7 minutes. So, like, hey, what do we think of playing Oath of Teferi here? I'm actually just going to cast Oath of Teferi. Because if they let this resolve, I get to blink my D-Sphere, they get a Teferi back, and then Teferi comes back into play, and then D-Sphere comes back into play. So, they get to... They get a 5-mana Teferi back, my D-Sphere comes back at end of turn and takes their 5-mana Teferi away. Oh, and I can replay this, right? Sweet, sign me up. Sure, you have a castle. But like, getting rid of their 5-mana Teferi here removes their sustained source of card advantage, which is nice. Glad you still get my money. I'm at home off work today and had to burn PTO before the end of the year. Count me as a viewer all day. Hey, Gordwad, thanks for the half a year. Hope your end of the year is going well. Thanks for keeping me around. So they can Time Raveler, bounce our D-Sphere to get their Teferi back for a turn. But it just concedes. Nice control deck. Nice control deck. Just like, looks at their clock and realizes they can't win. Good. Get out of here. They found the line, chat. They found the line. This is a mulligan, right? No fires, no beacon to cast Oko. This is like not amazing, but fine. In the realm of keepable, I think. Maybe they decided they were hungry. Gotta eat. Yeah, I agree. Zero sympathy. You're playing a deck where one of your win conditions is looping 3-mana Teferi. You deserve to lose most matches to timeout. Put some win conditions in your deck. Lazotep Reaper. All right, you've piqued my interest. I wonder if they're playing, Rally Zombies. This Fae of Wishes is probably fetching Rest in Peace or Grafdigger's Cage here. Hey, Zaozu, thanks for the 14 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. All right, Architect of Thought's a decent pull here. Thoughts on suspended cards? So suspended cards, I'm waiting to reserve judgment on. And the reason why I say that is because we need to wait and see if Wizards of the Coast is actually going to handle suspended cards differently than they handle banned cards. So if it looks like there's a meaningful difference between a card being banned and a card being suspended, I'm interested to see how they manage that. But I feel like there's a good chance that suspended and banned are just interchangeable. And if that's the case, I'm less excited about it. So this let them cast zombies from their graveyard, which let them cast these Crypt Breakers. It's a Concession Clarion. Maybe. They could have, I'm just taking whatever pile has 2 cards here. They could have a Rally in their hand. If they have a Rally in their hand, they could be okay. They get to draw a card here, too. Now, this Fae of Wishes fetching a Rest in Peace next turn, that might prompt a concession. But, like, with what they just milled over here, if they have a Rally, we're actually dead. So, just so I understand this card still makes me lose life, even if the cards are exiled, right? So even if I have Rest in Peace out, her +1 still drains me, right? Just so I understand this correctly. So there's no meaningful reason. There's no meaningful reason to get Rip over Cage here, so I'm just going to get Cage. Huh? You're supposed to keep that. You can go either way on that one. Just trying to take whichever one gives us 2 here, I think. Fae of Wishes gets Detention Sphere to get rid of the Liliana. Elspeth makes 1/1 to get rid of the Liliana. So it's pretty reasonable no matter how they slice it. That's a reason to get Rest in Peace instead of the other one. It doesn't really matter though. Okay. Huh. So do I cast Fires here? I think so. Does it really matter? No, I think I actually don't. I'm just going to cast Granted. I think we're pretty well set up. I want to be able to de-sphere. I want to de-sphere this plus play Verdict next turn. Down to 8, yep. I assume they can't interact with this game 1. Wipe everything out. It's garbage time. You don't have to go home, but you can't play here. Do 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 do. So finish your whiskey and beer. Am I playing this land? I feel like I'm not. I feel like I'm just passing. The land can eventually be used to pick Fae of Wishes back up. Like, I have plenty of mana at this point. Alright, so I think I leave Rest in Peace in the board to wish for, and I board in these Grafdigger's cages. Listen, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, okay? That's all I'm saying. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Alright, I think I'm going to board in 2 of the Detention Spheres. Need a couple of cuts here. What if we trim Time Raveler? I think that's probably the cut. Just bouncing something isn't particularly good. Hey, Vang, thanks for the entire year of support. I appreciate that generous tier 2 at that. Let's get you a sword to go with that shield. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, maybe Oath is too slow. Yeah, I'd buy that. Let's leave Teferi in because he technically impacts the board and Oath really doesn't. Yeah, that's a good suggestion. I mean, a lot of the time we're gonna be casting off of fires, so like the 1 versus 2 doesn't matter. I don't think. I think I'm actually just gonna lead on Castle Vantress here and plan to play Fae of Wishes as a 1/4 blocker, since I don't have a sweeper lined up right away. Madman, thanks for the 3/4 of a year support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. This is one of the reasons why Fae of Wishes is so sweet. It's basically a piece of soft removal. Just comes into play and sits there. It's like, hey, block. Yeah, no discard spell is great. For sure. Thank God for the little things, right? So now whenever they play a zombie, we're going to lose 2. This is Wayward Servant here and Corpse Knight are the way they kind of combo kill us with what's it called? The way they combo kill us with Rally. They rally back these things and a bunch of their zombies and we get drained out. Probably dead here. I think we need to hit a land that turn. I don't know. If we hit next turn and get to play Teferi, Teferi curves us into Supreme Verdict nicely. Could have a shot that way. Well, at least it's not a Lord. Drawing down to 12 here. All right, on to game 3. Yay, magic. 26 lands later, chat. My autobiography. You want to see Blood Moon and Pioneer Horizons? Don't wish that on us. Punishing Waterfalls. Why would you say such a thing? Sure, in. I'm too scarred from last game, Chad. I can't not keep guaranteed. 5 lands in 5 turns. Abrade is perfect. Sign me up. Hey, thanks for the 2 months, Mono. I appreciate the support. Yep. Just gonna pass for now. My plan is turn 4 Supreme Verdict, turn 5 Teferi plus to be able to hold up the Braid. So we're going down to 16 here. What? Oh, deal. In. I'm happy to have them draw a card and for us to be +3 life. It's a good exchange for us. Saiga No Boss, thank you for the 10 months. I appreciate them. Welcome back. Don't have work tomorrow, so tuning in live for once. Nice. Ooh. That wasn't the worst possible scenario for us here was if they would have played what's it called? The Diagraph Colossus, which they didn't have. Fires is a pretty good draw here. Just slowly take over the game now. Empty board. Hero of Dominaria. Ooh, that's a good one too. Played Grand Vic Casino. Has the highest rake in the country. It has great action, though. Interesting. Is that like a feature that they advertise? Like, hey, we've got the highest rake out of anywhere? Yeah, if we can... Rude. Rude. My fires were trying to burn bright, chat. Completely agree. It's not even really bad for us. Nothing but net, chat. Nothing but net. This does mean the way I sequenced here, maybe this is wrong. Maybe I'm supposed to just cast Drawn. So that way I can... Yeah, maybe I'm supposed to wait on the fires. Like, if they hit White Source and Rally, they could drain us for a bunch. This also gives us the opportunity to duress our hate card. They could also just have, like, another Fragmentize here. Really? We're ignoring the hero of Dominaria. Yeah, get to castle here, since we kept our fires. Gosh, that's good. Just don't mind me. Yep. In. In our defense, we saw a lot of cards there. In my defense, we saw a lot of cards there. And bottom that. We're just like looking for another cage or a Fae of Wishes here. So that way we can like try and put this game away. We're like basically trying to ask ourselves like, how do they get back in this from here? And the answer to that question is they get back in with the rally. So I'm just like looking to position myself that like rally's not an out for them. Yeah, now we have two Planeswalkers that both end the game. I think these Planeswalker builds are more fun cracking null. I think the Cavalier builds tend to be a little bit more competitive. Ending the game is busted. Hey, Madman. Thanks for doling out some sub-gifties. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. Thanks for the support. Why end the game when you could draw cards? Asking the real questions. It's pretty good. So what's in there? What's in their bin here? They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this would be 7, 8. So if I kill their 2 things they have in play right now, I think I'm supposed to Time Raveler, bounce this this Wayworn. Oh, Chandra exiles. Yeah, that's a good call. Forgot Chandra exiles. I think it's gonna be okay. Yeah, her minus X exiles, right? But her minus 3 doesn't. It's like different kinds of fire, I suppose. Correct, yeah. Yeah, we found Fae of Wishes now, so next turn we're going to grab Rest in Peace and cast it, which, like, cuts off their 1 avenue to victory here. All right. Pretty good start. Locked in that burrito money. Let's see if we can get some extra treasure chesties now. Is rarely good in this format. I don't know. Hey, Captain Markov. 1 year, and you're the longest relationship I've had in a while. Keep up the great content. Thank you for the very generous tier 3 resub at that. So make sure you've got a sword to go with your shield. Thanks for keeping me around. Remember to submit a deck for the month or take a peek at the deck queue and bump something up that's already in there. I appreciate that extra level of support. Yeah, you have to choose between your gift badge and your crown anyway, Scooter. It doesn't let you have both. There is a burrito middle. So the 1K bit badge is a burrito middle. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember the text on Flamecaller. Deals X to each creature. That card's okay. I think Awakened Inferno is better just because, I think Awakened Inferno is better than Flamecaller because of her can't be countered text. Like, Awakened Inferno is a big part of the reason why we beat Blue-White Control in round 2. In fact, while Blue-White controls a tiered deck in this format, if nothing changed on the ban list today, I think I would want more Awakened Inferno. Low One Life, thank you for the 11 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Sure. Oh, yeah, you're right. Got you. Yeah, it's, the anniversaries not lining up with when the message comes up is still so awkward. Really wish they'd change that back. I'm gonna bottom this. I think we're just like looking for fires or possibly sweepers. No changes today? Quite possibly. The Oath of Teferis have been pretty underwhelming too. The core idea of what this deck's doing seems very reasonable in the format. The big things I would change are mostly regarding, like cleaning up some of the details. Like the the 7 mana Nicol Bolas is some hot nonsense as well, I'm pretty sure. Huh, you know what? I'm actually just going to cast this other Narset, because if I cast Drawn from Dreams and it resolves, I actually have to discard the hand size. So I should have played this Clifftop Retreat tapped here. Played the wrong land out. 5 mana Bolas has felt okay. We actually cast 5 mana Nicol Bolas off of a triple beacon in one of our earlier matches as well, so that was kind of fun. Okay, so that's a time Raveler. So do I lead on that? I think I just lead on that, right? Rather than the fires, like this is a must counter. There's an absorb. Free gift sub thing, what's that? Mystic Sanctuary, put Absorb back on top of the deck. Vomit. I'm just going to Sun's Champion here. Hey, thanks for the 25 months, Waterfalls. I appreciate the continued support. Wow, Censor. All right, guess we should have played around that one. Super punished. Should make a note of that. So, we know they have an Absorb in their hand right now because of Mystic Sanctuary. Right. I mean, our hand is just like a bunch of must counter things, so like, you know, as you will. I know they have an Absorb, so I'm going to start with this one. I don't know, Timor. I haven't really felt like we've had a hard time closing out games. Thanks for the 12 months, Tsunami. I appreciate the entire year. Beat him with the old flawless abs, exactly. Yeah, I would like another big Chandra in my 60, I think. I think I'd replace the 7 mana Nick with another big Chandra. I think especially with this blue-white control being one of the better decks in the format, I think Big Chandra is what I would play before I'd play Sarkane. Big Chandra, like, also has text against aggro decks for sweeping up, which is nice. This is awkward. I don't have a 4th basic. Pretty unfortunate that we drew 2 of our 3 basics this game. Well, the good news is they're tapped out here and I get to go. Fires Nicol Bolas next turn. Some of these decks are playing Spell Pierce, so I'm actually going to shock this in. Gets a good clean 2 for 1 here. Oh, they probably have some cards that aren't good in their hand. Yeah, like Supreme Verdict. Yeah, correct, Navier. Just like strictly correct to play around Spell Pierce. Our health total is mostly irrelevant, like you said. Big agree. Really? Wonder if they forgot about Narset? Yeah, that was I forgot about Narset and plus my Teferi concession. Good beats, good beats. Alright, so D-Sphere's great here. Clarion's not so good. Pithing Needle's fine. Deploy the Gatewatch is fine. I'm going to leave the Supreme Verdict in because the last blue-white control player we played against had Monastery Mentor, and I'd like to have that card to clean up. Yeah, I agree, Navier. This matchup can be kind of tedious at times, but I definitely think we have good tools to be successful here. The fact that Beacon lets us play Oko is so great. Like, imagine if this was a 6-mana Chandra. We'd be a lot more excited about it, right? Like, as this is just like a 7-drop that probably doesn't resolve. I'm going to lead on Oko here, because I think he's good enough that they need to counter him. Well, the fact they cast Veto there means they don't currently have a Censor. Sure. Puts it into our deck, second from the top. Yep. So we'd like to draw a land here. Untapped land. Probably just take whatever pile has 2 here. It's a good pile of cards. The fact that we're only playing 1 hero of Dominaria is pretty great for this Pithing Needle. Yep, yeah, Little Teferi can reset it. Oath of Teferi can reset it. Got a lot of good tools here. I'm just going to try and hit my land drops. All right. Do they have a Time Raveler? No idea. Do they have them in their deck? Definitely in their deck. I just want to be mana efficient, Navier. That's true too. Yeah, commit. Commit's a big deal as well. It's a really good observation. I wonder if they're going to name one of the Nicol Bolases here. Yeah, the red blacklist looks sweet. That's coming up next. Cleave ho. There's a lot of different things this Pithing Needle could name. Name Dragon God. Makes a lot of sense. Fae of Wishes can grab Abrade for this down the line, which is nice. Wow, brutal. Okay. Okay, I mean, that's a good hit. Yeah, there should be more of these in R75. And honestly, while the opponent's archetype is tier 1, I could see getting all the way up to 3 of these. Like, two in the main and a third in the sideboard. It's like never don't want this card. Wow! 7 fresh cards in hand and their play is draw 2. Seems real good for us. Wow, am I gonna get to activate this Chandra a second time? You know, I'm actually not gonna scry here because my opponent could definitely, like, kill this at instant speed. And if I tap out to scry and then they kill this, I'm gonna be real sad. Yeah, I agree. Blue-white control is one of the better decks in this format right now. In a post, What the current ban list looks like. That is the... Yeah, I can stay there. That is the anime art Teferi from the Japanese boosters. Yeah, so second blue-white control matchup. We're up a game, and this game's looking pretty good for us, though, so, you know. They've got double Dub's Chandra emblem. Our Chandra's in play at 10. I've got 2 D-spheres to, like, undo whatever they want to do to get rid of Chandra. All I want for the holidays is a stick to hit people with. Let's go down the freak. Thanks for the 12 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Putting Absorb back on top of their deck. Deal. You can't D-sphere, D-sphere. Okay, so they drew the Absorb. They have an X spell? Or dig? Are they digging? Is that what this is? Okay, so next turn, we're going to plus Chandra. And then we're going to cast the Elspeth. They'll counter it. Then we'll Oath of Teferi, blink the fires, plus Chandra again, play Narset, down tick, down tick. Pretty sure we're done here. I know the top card of my deck is good, but the second card down might be bad, so I'm going to go ahead and scry 2. Yep, don't need another fires. 10 out of 10 topping that. So start with this. Cast with Fires of Invention. Gain a life. This gets vetoed, sure. Let's see if they have another veto. Castle Fires of Invention. They do have another veto. And I'm like, again, like, that was like their best case scenario there. And like, we still just like gave them another Chandra emblem, right? And like, they have an absorb in their hand that we know about, but that's still not that big of a deal. Yeah, tick-tock goes the clock is definitely accurate. Oh, we can't D-sphere. That's awkward. That's a Fae of Wishes. Deal. And then next turn, I get to go granted for planar cleansing. I was pretty sure that Needle wasn't resolving, so... Didn't really put much thought into what we were naming with it. Sick. Yeah, I'm going to top this. That's a good backup plan here. Just want to keep their Teferi from ultimating here. And then next turn, we can time Raveler, bounce D-Sphere on our Chandra, give them another Chandra emblem. Yeah, triple absorb did give them a lot of life. You're not wrong. I have the Supreme Verdict sitting here, though, so, like, even once they spend a couple of turns making tokens, we should be able to manage them that way nicely. That's probably our next target for D-Sphere. Interesting. Are they bouncing D-Sphere here? Sure. Yeah, I agree. And even if my opponent, like, manages to win this game, like, we're dealing clock damage the entire time we're sitting here too. What's our best hit here? Another Fae of Wishes? I'm scrying again during their upkeep. Or during my upkeep. Am I? Yeah, probably not. That is a Teferi in our hand. Teferi time Raveler. Yeah, we got them on triple emblem at the moment. Maybe I'm supposed to lead on D-Sphere there. Very possible. So they've used up about half their clock at this point. D-Sphere can't target D-Sphere Punchworthy. It's not a legal play. This is game 2. We won game 1. Yeah, I'll take your time, Raveler. Hey, damn it, chill. 47 months, and thank you for the very generous tier 3 at that. Welcome back. Maybe we'll see, what's it called? Maybe Oko will get banned in more formats. Number of times they've absorbed. 5 or 6. They've absorbed 5 or 6 times at this point. And again, this is like one of those games where, like, it feels bad the entire time we're sitting here playing it, but, like, we're not out of this game, right? We have to, like, sit here and slog through, but I think we're arguably ahead. Putting a lot of lands at the bottom here. So they're through 4 absorbs and 3 Dovin's vetoes at this point. They have 15 cards left in their deck at the moment. That is correct. Hey, look, there's a Fae of Wishes. There's the 4th veto. Can they kill us before they get burned out? I don't know. They have 6 turns. They can start making tokens with these castles, but, like, I'm going to get to cast some planeswalkers in between, and I have the Supreme Verdict that's guaranteed to resolve, right? We're also dealing valuable clock damage the entire time this is going on. Yeah. When's the BNR for non-Pioneer format? Should be some point in the next half hour. They're prioritizing making tokens now. That's smart. I have one more copy of Fae of Wishes in my deck. Yeah, they've played 4 vetoes and 4 absorbs this game. Sure, why not? No, there's nowhere on the Moto UI that tells you the current record between players. It's real bad. Hey, that's a desperation cycle. That's good for us. We about to get censored plus Mystic disputed because I was scrying during my upkeep, but we're about to get censored plus Mystic disputed. Oh, that resolved. All right, I mean, I think we just, like, go for decking them, right? They probably don't have very good cards in their hand. Oh! Oh, I could have 7'd their face. Sure, yeah, should have 7'd them. I just assumed this card couldn't hit players. Target opponent, creature an opponent controls, or planeswalkers that opponent controls. Good golly. Sure. We could have taken 2 turns off the clock. It's gonna be okay, I promise. Hey, guess what? That resolved last turn, so I bet it's gonna resolve again this turn. Nice blue-white control deck. This deck feels incredibly satisfying against blue-white control. They just, like, sit there and spin their tires and, like, do everything their deck wants to do, and it just doesn't matter because they can't win. If blue-white control doesn't get touched in today's banlist update, this deck's actually probably pretty good. I have some suggestions for things I would change and why, but the core of what this is doing is super reasonable. I think Oath of Teferi is some garbage nonsense. I think this is some garbage nonsense. I think I want another Chandra. I think I possibly want another Dominaria, possibly want another Dragon God. Oko's actually been, like, super medium. I'm not sure that I'm into these Okos. Probably worth testing a little bit more of, but, like, this top end has mostly been too cute. The Possibility Storm is probably also unnecessary, but Possibility Storm with Time Raveler in play says your opponent can't cast spells, which is the idea. Yeah, it's a hard lock. Are we going to do any Mythgard this week? Maybe at some point. No changes in all formats. It's kind of expected. It's generally what it says. Do I want to go to 5? Man, the play. play. YOLO. Let's draw it. Let's draw some lands. Yeah, the problem is we need to draw like 3 or 4 lands, right? Not just one. Yeah, 4-mana Chandra could be okay. Torch of Defiance, one of the better planeswalkers in the format. Wait, is that real? That's awesome. Yeah, that's great. All right, so yeah, no changes in all formats, but they're no longer going to have scheduled banlist updates. That's exciting. That's a good change. In my opinion, that is a good change. If nothing's an emergency ban, is everything an emergency ban, chat? Makes you wonder. All right, we just need an untapped land next turn, then we'll be in a good spot. If we hit an untapped land here, we're probably ahead. Magic sucks and then you die. We were so close. Authority of the Council sounds good. This and these sound too cheeky. Click submit. It's actually kind of funny. We played against we only played against 3 archetypes in this league. We played against Red Devotion twice now and Blue-White Control twice. I guess. I'm excited that they looked at Modern and were like, this was fine. If there's anything that's made me feel good about my decision to do less Modern, it's them continuing to look at where that format's at and go, this is fine. Yeah, I agree, Percy. I am not Modern's target audience anymore. That was a good draw. Hey, that was a good pickup. Yeah, I think I just start with this. Okay, I'm going to grab Fae. I'm going to grab extra beacon here. That's pretty good. Elected not to redeploy their 2/2. Interesting. Well, the lack of fires here means that I get to plus Teferi, and then I get to Abrade this Boros Reckoner, so that's nice. If they have land Glory Banger, they could kill Time Raveler potentially here. Yeah, wow, that's sweet. All right, so I messed up here. So we're gonna lose this game because I messed up. We lost the first game because we got mana screwed. That's about how Magic goes. It's a good solid 4-1 run. Really? Okay, deal. They have like a Bone Crusher Giant or something here to finish Teferi off. Huh? Was that a good draw? Sure. Yeah, why not? Yep. So again, my mistake was not killing the Reckoner in response to this. If I do that, we probably win this game. Because I wouldn't have been able to hold mana up and cast this. So we can Narset into a Supreme Verdict next turn. Am I dead? This is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I believe we are exactly dead. Wow. 12, 20. Yep. Oh, and they have another one too. Yep. So, had I known what we were playing around there, we would have most likely won that second game, but just not familiar enough with like what the things our opponent's doing to win that. I'd be surprised if our deck's not ahead in that matchup on average, just because like we have Supreme Verdicts and Deafening Clarions and stuff like that. Stumbled and died in the first game, and then not familiar enough to be able to play around things accordingly in that second game. All in all, this deck was actually honestly quite better than I was expecting. Just like Supreme Verdict's a great card in this format. That's one of the reasons why blue-white control in general has been doing very well. That being said, I think there is a good deal of hot nonsense in this list. Like, these cards here should all just, like, not be here. Like, they're just cute. Like, doing other sweet things at the top end of our curve seems fine. Like, I think any more copies of any of these 5 and 6 mana cards here, I think would be better than what these are doing. Oko is kind of mediocre in a lot of the games that we played. Like, the types of things that he does here, we don't really leverage well. The fact that we're not a particularly aggressive deck means that, like, making random 3/3s doesn't feel particularly good. As far as the sideboard's concerned, I don't know. I don't know that I was a huge... Fae of Wishes was, like, okay in some spots there, but it was awkward in others. Losing a bunch of sideboard slots does feel bad. I think if I were to play this some more and I was interested in making it as competitive as possible, I would definitely experiment with cutting Fae of the Wishes. I could see that being incorrect, but I could also see a world where like just having those board slots back is very valuable. This could go either way on that. All right, we've got a second Pioneer deck coming up today. Every morning this week, we're going to be doing 2 or possibly even 3 Pioneer decks. We're going to play some red-black Embercleave up next. I'm going to hit a quick ad roll while I get set up for this one. Thanks for hanging out today, folks. Don't go anywhere.